This Sunday, the Maronite Church celebrates the announcement to Zechariah. We remember on this Sunday when God sent the angel Gabriel to announce to Zechariah that he would finally have a son. At the age of 80 and his wife being 60, this was good news. They lived all their life and sadly never had a son, even though they wanted children. This was a great blessing that had finally come to them. Zechariah received the angel Gabriel's news while he was serving as a priest in the temple of Jerusalem, because he himself came from the tribe of priests. This Sunday begins a series of Sundays that we celebrate in the Syriac tradition before Christmas, namely the Sundays of announcements or annunciations, where the angel Gabriel tells of something great before the birth of the Lord. He tells us that God remembers his plan of salvation, which he set in motion thousands of years ago and he revealed through the prophets. He tells us that he loves us and he wishes to save us. And we see that in this Sunday, where the angel Gabriel tells Zechariah that his son will be great and he will prepare the way of the Lord. He will prepare the coming of God, who has promised to save us through the prophets from the beginning of time. And the prophets and the kings and the patriarchs of old waited to see the Lord, and they foretold the coming of the Lord, and yet they all passed on without having seen him. Zechariah receives the news that not only will he see this Lord, but his son will be the great preparer of the way of the Lord. But Zechariah doubts the angel because this seems too good to be true in a way. Zechariah was very familiar with the Old Testament. As an observing Jew and a priest, he probably heard it hundreds of times and could probably recount it from his memory. And yet, when an example of God's love and mercy enters his life, he can't believe it. But his name itself, in Hebrew, Zechariah, means God remembers. Because God truly does remember his promise that he will always love us and he wishes to save us. And that is why we celebrate these Sundays of announcements, because God sends his angel before him to announce that he loves us and he will save us. And he's coming, and he will come, be amongst us, and show us his love. We too can act like Zechariah at times and know that the Lord loves us and he's merciful. But perhaps sometimes we don't believe it when we're asked to consider that the Lord loves us. So on this Sunday of the announcement to Zechariah, let us remember that the Lord not only loves, but he loves you and me enough to become a small, weak infant, though he's the immortal, all-powerful God, in a dirty barn, in a stable, in an inn where there was no room for him, so that he could be amongst us as man and bring his divinity to our humanity.